Okay, the inverse function. Okay, so this is exactly like grade 11. Okay, when we're using inverse, inverse is f negative 1x, or we say the inverse of f, or f inverse. Okay, a function f and x is undoed by its inverse, so it's the opposite, just like subtraction and addition and multiplication division, they undo each other. To find the inverse in an equation, what we do is we take the y and x's and we reverse them or switch them, and then we isolate for the y value, or solving for the new dependent variable. Okay? The graph of inverse is a reflection over the original graph where y equals x. So the function and its inverse gets reflected over this line here. This line here is y equals x. If you go back to grade 9, y equals x, your b value is 0, so that's why it goes through the origin, and your slope is 1 over 1. So it goes up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so on. Okay, so this is the reflection line. And the key point too with inverse is the domain of the function is the range of the inverse, and the range of the function is the domain of the inverse. Okay? For those watching at home, I kind of started without recording, so I had to go back. So we kind of did the first example, but just to show you, if we're finding the inverse of ordered pairs, what you do is just reverse the actual points. So the inverse points become 2, negative 8, negative 2, 0, 4 and 3, and 7 and 4. Okay, so we swap each of the points to get the inverse. Okay, so then the B says to graph it. So the first part we're graphing is the black dots. You can see it gets reflected. So this point here gets reflected over the y equals x. Okay, likewise, these ones get reflected over the y equals x as well. Any questions with the first part, please? Very straightforward.
Good morning, Robert F. Hall. Please stand for the playing of the national anthem and your morning reflection.